Hi, all. It's another beautiful day here today. Sun's shining, birds are singing. I just finished an interview that I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys soon. And it brought up some thoughts for me around belief systems. And maybe you heard, I know I grew up with the saying, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right. This is some A1 disclosure. This is as true as truth gets. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you're right there too. I recognize that my spiritual awakening, the way that I have learned, the way that I have been taught, has been in reverse of the way a lot of folks have awakened, have learned, have grown spiritually. I didn't read things and then go experience them or decide that they were true even without experiencing them, which is what a lot of folks do. I would experience something or do it and be witnessed experiencing or doing this thing, and then I'd go learn about it. Like, what is this thing I just did? For instance, the first time I remote viewed, I didn't mean to. I didn't know what remote viewing was. Once I learned about it, once I went and researched it, I understood a little more fully what I did, but up until then, I had no idea. I didn't know any better. And this is how a lot of my initiations, of my learning, of my spiritual awakening has been. And it's such a benefit to me because, and I realized that, I really thought about that today on my way home, about what a benefit it has been for me to do things and experience these things, be witnessed as I do and experience these things, so that I know them as truths prior to learning about them. I hear all the time from teachers that are telling folks that you can't do this particular thing or experience these particular things that I have done and experienced and been witnessed as I do and experience them. So that as soon as I hear them, and I always kind of chuckle a little and think, man, I'm glad I didn't know any better. I'm glad I didn't know that this thing's impossible, because otherwise it wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have experienced it. Because the thing is, for the person that is teaching this, hey, you can't do this thing, you can't experience this thing, that's true. Because this is their belief system. They believe that this thing can't be done, this thing can't be experienced, and so they're correct. For me, because I have done and experienced the thing in advance, if I hear that stuff, I know that's not my truth. And I want to encourage you to look at your beliefs. Look at what you believe is possible. Look at what you believe is impossible. Our beliefs are so powerful. They're either accelerators or they're limiters. And many of us, our belief systems are something that was handed down from our parents, who got theirs from their parents, or we've been indoctrinated by religions or in our schools, How many of us in the last decade have woken up to the false narrative around our history, around the world history, you know, history of so many things? How many of us have awakened to that? This has been one of the things that has allowed so many to start spiritually awakening, and all of us are awakening around different subjects, you know, I mean, groups, whatever. You know, there are groups of people that'll awaken around the same subject, but it is beliefs shifting. It is people deciding to really look at, what do I believe? What do I believe? Where does this come from? How true is this for me? So I wanted to encourage you to go do that. Look at what you believe. Is this belief limiting me in my growth? Do I believe I have to follow a certain formula in order to find love? Do I believe I have to follow a certain formula in order to be successful in business? Why do I believe those things? Is that because I've experienced them? Did I experience that first? Which came first? Did I experience that first? Or did somebody tell me this is the way it goes? And I believed it and have experienced it ever since. One of the things that I do in my sessions is I remind people before we start of their psychic sight. And I used to think I was turning it on, but Spirit corrected me with that. I'm not turning it on. If anything, I'm taking off some filters. I'm shifting their belief around whether or not they can see details about their past lives, see details about the world around them. I'm shifting their beliefs around what they can transform, around how much time it takes to transform things. Things can transform in an instant. It just depends upon your beliefs. Who's able to transform in an instant? The person that thinks they can, or the person that doesn't know any better, right? Because I've experienced these profound shifts in an instant, and I've only learned later that that wasn't possible, you know. Glad I didn't know that was possible. I'm glad I didn't know any better. So look at that. Notice, what beliefs am I holding and why? And the ones that are not empowering you, the ones that are not propelling you forward, the ones that are not edifying to your soul, clear them, release them. Ask to see the systems behind your beliefs. Ask to see the systems behind the systems, right? Because we are so indoctrinated. We are so programmed away from our truth, programmed away from our intuition, just like I talked yesterday. Do you believe something because you've run it through your discernment? Or do you believe something because you were told? You are a powerful being. You are more powerful than you can imagine. So take the limiters off your imagination, first off. Because we are limitless beings. We are only limited by our beliefs, by our programming. Clear them, shift them. Ask your soul to help you with this. Ask your Creator to help you with this. I hope this was helpful today, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.